see those details in there. Let's see. This is a bigger piece, so you should get to see things a little easier than when I do the smaller pieces. Yellow ochre, yellow mid, orange, brown, vermilion red. Once I get my spot, I'll move you a little bit again. Same thing. Ferrum, what's cooking? Good looking. Ferrum, I have an idea for you, by the way. The music is hurting for like non-copyright streaming music. There's so much to say about it, but I was just thinking about it, like, if you just create like banger playlists for people to stream to. I feel like there's a market there because everything either is behind a paywall, like you can buy music to play on stream. But I was thinking about you. Good to see you, my man. I'm working on a Rorschach test series. How you doing these days, Brewski? Brucelini. It's rocking and rolling. I'm kind of getting better at these streams, but I'm not as I haven't figured them out perfectly yet, but I'm better in the sense of like I get into some decent combos once in a while, and there's a little community on here sometimes. It's fun. But again, dude, the music is atrocious for copyright free music. If there was a channel that had good music that was for streaming. Because even like what happens is some of them claim it's free and then I get flagged, and I even put their credits in the thing and they still like flag it. Like this channel never flags me, but there's like, I don't know if they're just using AI to make it or what. It's just lackluster. And then I was listening to classical music, and that was like it only. I can't do it every time because a lot of the time it's quiet, then really loud, and then quiet. I don't know. It'd just be nice if there was like good free music that. Because a lot of these channels have good like subscribers. I don't know. I'll tell you about it more later. But I was thinking about you. Thanks, Apollo. Appreciate you. Working on a whole kind of new concept. A lot of my same painting style, perhaps, but new concept. New series, really. They're based on like the ink blots, which are called Rorschach tests. And this is like kind of the first, second, or third one I've done of them, like with that in mind. But this one is taking a lot longer. I'm still trying to figure out where we're actually going. I don't think I'll figure it out even with this painting. This painting will be kind of like its own journey. But I hope I'm figuring things out as I go along, especially for the next pieces and stuff. And this is quite a bit bigger than I normally go, so it's gonna take. This one might end up taking like a week, more than a week. Which sometimes I really resist. I don't like when paintings drag on. Even if they're really good, I just my brain already has moved on. I thought this painting might be interesting for streaming because there's so much So many little details and critters and characters. Whereas the other pieces are like one main focus. This is going to be a bunch of random imagery. So I thought it'd be interesting. And it's bigger, so it's way easier for you guys to see. Sometimes I notice, like with certain paintings, when the smaller they get, the really harder they are to see the details, especially with like making videos or streaming. So I'm pretty excited about having bigger pieces lately. And then when painting bigger, it actually changes how I paint too. So there's like a bunch of different things happening all at once. It takes some getting used to when you like scale up. My workflow is affected. And sometimes I really don't like that. Tyrone, what's cooking, man? I like your workspace. And it's cool to see your art too. I'm jealous of that table you got there. I used to have tables and stuff like that back home. Now tables like that, super hard to come by. Or if you get them, they're just like obnoxiously expensive. Stuff that, you know, like people throw stuff out on the sidewalk and you grab it. That doesn't exist here at all. Everything is like utilized to an extreme. Like you'll never see a couch on the side of the road or a table. Yeah, it's cool to see you getting after it. Yeah, I don't know. No, like wood, like just wood is not available, right? Like the wood that we have in North America, it's just like easy to come by for the most part. And then over the years, things, you know, like collect. So like people just have a lot of furniture. Here, everything is like really different. And that kind of setup, like an office space is like traditional office space that you think of, just doesn't exist. And if it does, you're paying way too much. Like furniture that should be like, even at secondhand shops they have here, like stuff that gets imported from Japan and stuff, things that should be given away for free are charged, like they'll charge like $50 for like an end table that you're like, I wouldn't take this if it was free, like literally. But here there's more of they're scarce. They're not as common. So kind of get like these like pretty like IKEA stuff essentially. That's just common, like standard. Everything is like some sort of like version of IKEA, like that kind of like MDF stuff. So you miss table. When I saw your table, I'm like, man, that's a nice desk. Long story short, long story long. So are you going to start working on your work? So Goodwill's expensive. There was a time when Goodwill was reasonable. Now it's back, like it's expensive. Do they have other options other than like we in Canada? They have like Value Village and they have Goodwill, Value Village. There's a bunch of them. So you're gonna start some new work or what? Some new art? When will we all get to see it? But are they all overpriced, the thrift stores? Like it's impossible to get it. Like is there one spot that's better than the others? I see. Yeah, it became like a real big thing to go into Goodwill and like find some treasures and shit. And then once they get blew up, they just, yeah, overcharge. Weird. Even with like that, with the artists that paint on the old paintings, or I've seen some like reels or shorts that people find like these rare ass paintings that are worth a couple 100,000. They just got smart with their business, except they're going to lose business if they're overcharging, clearly. Taking advantage of the gold rush. What are you doing today? At work? Or heading to work? Oh, nice. You said your back hurt or something at school? You threw something out, right? It's better or same? So right now I'm just going around and I'm starting to see things in the abstract, and I'm starting to paint what I see. And it took so long. I thought this process would have happened yesterday. I thought I would have been able to find things in the art yesterday. But it's only like I've been painting this maybe 15 hours, and now I'm like maybe for the last maybe 10 hours I've painted this, and now I'm starting to do what I set out to do, which is find imagery in like the chaos, in the abstract. And that's the whole premise of these paintings, this new kind of idea, which isn't actually new for me, but in this shape is new. This traditional, they're called Rorschach tests, where they would like study people's psychology by showing them images, which were ink blots. And I've even started looking into it a little bit more, try to get some knowledge around it. So I'm pretty excited about it. I don't know how many of these I'll do. I hope I do more. I'm already working on the next one when this is drying. But I just let myself jump around a little bit because I'm pretty motivated, and I'm still trying to search for things. And sometimes when I jump around, I can be like, oh, I see this and I see this. So if you guys see anything in here, tell me, because I gotta get this thing going. It's taken way longer than I planned. Apprentice life videos documenting documenting this journey of self-mutilation. Yeah, but didn't you say like you left early from your like a couple days ago now? Or that was for welding though. Yeah, for your apprentice, right? Or that's something else? Oh yeah, you're back. Yeah, that's right. But how long will how many months till you finish, or like how long is it going to take to get your ticket, your welding ticket? And then will your pay go up, or you just get a whole new job, or what will happen after you get it? as soon as they get good enough and can test for the welding certificate, but practicing is the hard part because I have to be at school, which is hard to get working full. Yeah. But yeah, okay, cool. So at least you're investing in yourself. That sounds cool. Sounds like a good move in the long run. Once you have it, I think I was telling you before that I had some buddies that are welders and they make big bank. That sounds like a good move. Would you be self-employed or just work at a full-time job? I think my buddy like takes he like mobile. He goes to different sites and stuff. Oh, I see. That's cool. So each brush kind of has its own abilities and strengths and weaknesses. Even my little brushes, like they've kind of been formed in certain shapes. The last one was like super fine, like little short little brush strokes, little details. And this one has like more of like a marker. The best kind of way to describe it, like it's like a thick edge, thick end. It's kind of like a big thick end. Tyrone, later, man. Have a great day. Looking forward to seeing your art too. More of it. Hope you feel inspired later. Have a good one, bro. Whoa. If you guys see anything, tell me. I'll. The whole point right now is to find things in this piece, to find things in the abstract and then bring them to life. That's what I'm doing right now. So if you see something, obvious or not, it'll very welcomed. Your visions or your insights are welcomed. And what I do now is I just go with things and then just keep working them till I'm happy with them. And just finding things in my abstract piece that I currently have. So it's kind of like you have to be in the right mindset, but it can be really enjoyable. Like you can get lost for a long time. Plus, this painting will take a long time. And you'll see I move around a lot because I need to keep the creative juice flowing, and so sometimes I just work on different pieces of it, move around, then go back. Kind of helps my workflow, moving around and changing up. Then I can use some of the other. Hey, art of mind, what's happened? Fantastical remarkableism. I appreciate it. Remarkableism. Did you make that up? I've never heard it. I like it. Remarkableism. I dig it. Yes, that's what I'm doing. Remarkableism work. I'm hunting for images in the abstract. That's all I'm doing. If you see something art of mine, let me know. Because all I'm doing is just finding different things. These I've kind of like scoped out, but all around here, I'm looking for new words from old words. I dig it. It's kind of like just like the art, just creating stuff from old stuff. I appreciate it. Remarkableism. I should do that more to describe my work, just like throw people off and make up words like you should know this. You should know these words in the art world, such as remarkableism. How do you describe your work? It's remarkableism, stupid. Clearly. Clearly remarkableism. I don't know, maybe that'll catch on. I love it. Cubistical. Cubistical. I had it, the painting at one point was like super cubism, and then I didn't want to leave it like that. Like it was all, the whole painting looked like that. Yeah, for sure. Like I did a whole series. Oh shit. Um, where I combined, yeah, Jonas Bergert's one of my North Stars. I actually haven't looked at his work for a long time, but he was a big influence in my work for a long time. That's cool that you know about that artist. It's rare to see his name pop up. He's kind of like a huge underground, like he shows with like the highest level. I guess in certain circles he's well known, but you don't see that name pop up very often, that's for sure. On YouTube chats. That's cool. I'm happy you know about him. Miro. All right, you'd have to show me Miro's work. Unless it's short form for something. I remember when Birgit was showing with Gerard Richter. I thought that was so wild. Like such a wild mashup of different styles and art. I gotta look at Birgit's work again. I haven't seen it. I haven't looked him up in a while. But tell me who Miro is. So I like this face. This is more like less cartoony. This is super cartoony. I'm not sure. I think this has to be adjusted. But so I just come back to it. Don't let it sit for a minute before I get too aggressive. Art of Mind, have you ever seen Birgit's work in person? Explosionism, I like it. Cartoonist realism, I like it. I do need these words, by the way, because it's really hard to describe my work sometimes, or I get tangled up in stuff. Cartoonist realism is good. And what else did he say? Explosionism, I love it. Not in person, because his works are like the sizes of buildings, basically. His works are so huge. I've never seen it either, by the way. But when you look up like how big they are, they're the size of, like, they're like 2 stories. Yeah, I will. Cartoonist realism and explosionism, I really love that. That kind of like, it's kind of what I'm trying to at least aim for, is like this explosion of, in this case though, I don't know if I've told you already or you heard me say it, but the whole idea is the Rorschach test. The test they did, they probably, I don't know if they do it much anymore, but where they check someone's psychology or how, essentially how they think and what they're thinking about by showing them ink blots. And then, you know, it became kind of like a trope or a joke, but I was doing some research on it. Like started in the 30s, 40s, 50s. They show people ink blots, and then you tell the doctor what you see. And then they can determine a lot about your psyche, essentially, through what you see. And that's this whole idea. So, Art of Mind, this is like an ink blot that I'm filling it in. And that's the idea for the series. Now, I don't know if each painting will look like this, but that's what I'm running on. Like, this is the kind of the first/second that I've done more like mainly focused on this concept. It's still like my style of the like jumbled explosionism, as you said, but the idea is to like fill in an ink blot and tell the people what to see. So that's the idea behind what I'm doing. And I want to do it like again, hopefully I can commit to doing this a couple times, because I think the next one I do won't quite look like this. I'm going to use some other, a different maybe objective, but the same series, but just a different style of painting. So that's what's happening here. Oh, thanks, man. It's going to take way longer than I thought too, which sometimes can be quite discouraging, and like, but I go through periods where I'm really in the zone with this kind of stuff, this kind of work, because I'm pretty detached and just looking for imagery in what's already here. And sometimes I shoehorn shit in for sure, but generally I'm just like keep working with what's there over and over again. But I will look up Miro, because you still, I always love learning about, checking out other artists, especially ones I should know about. I'm not super caught up on like a more contemporary I know more contemporary artists than I do historical ones. Blues and oranges go well together in the first with the flesh tones and the eyes. One of the underlining themes is Batman. And yeah, blues and oranges for sure. I'm working on this background still too, which is kind of a bummer. So yeah, this whole, there's a bit of my own personal learning curve happening, where I don't want to work on the background after I've started. it should be clean, but I have to like clean up a bunch of stuff because it just, so I actually did an ink blot to start with. I have it, I'll do a video of it later in the week, maybe next week. Because I'm really fascinated with those tests I was telling you about. I'm really interested. I'm hoping I can bring it all together and see where it goes. Explorationism, I like to say, explorationism. You got all the words for me, actually. Cartoon realism and explosionism still take the cake. Explorationism, yeah, that one too. My best always is like pop surrealism, which I feel is a kind of like just a cop out. But or then I get too excited and I'll say like acid bath, melting. Your words are way cleaner. That's called a slip. That's called explorationism. So I got to stick to my practice what I preach here, and just I got to move on and let it sit for a moment and come back, because it's important to also get paint down so I can start seeing other images in here and work on them. Even good to, like, in order to do that, switch up your brush. Switch up your brush, change the palette, and kind of move on. I got to move on from this idea so I can come back with kind of a new perspective or a new objective. And I need some more paint over here so I can see more things. I'm also okay with some stuff being just purely abstract and just based on shapes, but I am trying to bring out images, not even recognizable, but like certain human features and but you also need to have some paint on there. You need some paint on there, otherwise I can't see anything. That's kind of like where that idea comes from. Just start painting and see what happens. I'm really all about that. I don't need to have necessarily anything concrete. I can have some ideas and stuff, but just start painting and see what happens. Like I'm working on a large painting, but right now I'm literally doing what I'm doing just that. I'm just literally adding paint on the canvas. I don't know what's going to happen or what's going to be revealed when I do that. So if you just isolate this as an individual painting, which is kind of how I see it, I'm just painting. I'm literally just putting paint on the canvas on top of other paint, mind you, but still, there's no, I don't see anything here yet. But in order to find it, there's got to be paint on here, or at least I got to be in the middle of it. This brush is really, you see like the difference in the brushes here. This puts shit, like if you really look closely, it just puts in different marks and moves the paint around very differently. I rely on that too. Like it also is a softer, requires softer strokes, so it's a different kind of smooths things out as I go around. And something always reveals itself, good or bad. Something will start coming together. I count on it. If you still see nothing, add the dark, like go the other way, go to the dark color. And then like now I'm forcing something. What? I don't know, but I'm forcing something to reveal itself. Watch where you put your hands, where you anchor yourself. I like the idea of this being teeth here, so we'll, even if we go a little bit too bright, too white, we can, it's better to have a good base so I can touch them up later. Give them some shade and glaze them a bit too. If needed, maybe they'll come out nice now. Have to be patient to see something. I'm kind of used to that. Something might not appear right away, that's okay. Kind of make mistakes on purpose in order to see something. Nothing in this area is like set in stone. He kind of is, but I'm willing to change it up. I like this. I like this up here. All this can be adjusted and moved around. Once things, I like these teeth, or I will like them more later. This hand is okay, I guess. Something to work with.
But everything's up for grabs. Everything is like, I'm just searching for images. Searching for like little paintings in the painting. So the best thing I can do now is move around a little bit and try something else. Oh, got me. Over here is dry, or dry to the touch. It's almost like a different style when you're painting like that. It's totally, you can make more, I feel like I can have more control when I'm painting on something that's been worked on already. Because it's not just all random anymore. There's like a clear objective. Him some blue eyes, actually. Blacky blue eyes. They'll take a bit to show up. It's soaking wet, so don't rush. If you have the patience for this, then you just keep going. Because I don't want him too cartoony, I don't want the whole painting to be, I don't, like, there can be some, but I need to change something here. Too cartoony is not what I'm after. Like the big nose is bothering me. I'm not sold on him. Even this is a little cartoony down here, but I accept it for the most part. And remember, you can get really some good results by getting the darker colors in there too, to really bring out some shapes, to help you see something. I kind of think instead of cartoony, the best way are like, you know, harmonious Bosch characters. I like to go for those kind of characters versus cartoons. But I like it's hard to explain. I like cartoon elements in a lot of my work. But I don't want it to come across as cartoony as a whole, if I can avoid it. Cartoon elements always, I obsess with that. So I can't say I don't like cartoons, but the whole painting to be cartoony, I would like to avoid that. in my own mind anyway. So instead of going darker, let's go a little brighter. Something's happening here. Something's happening. So the least you can do is get some paint on there so that your next round you have some really a lot more foundation and something to work from. With, again, your brain is rested and you'll have more ideas. So if there's paint on here, I'm gonna have essentially a lot more opportunity to find things next time. And that's what's taking so long for this piece, is like it takes a long time to find things in the work. Sometimes it comes really easy. Sometimes there's a lot of back and forth to find stuff. Gotta be patient when you're hunting for your images. And so sometimes the technique now, or the objective, is just to get some paint on here, so that next time, tomorrow, I'll wake up with a fresh pair of eyes and a lot more paint on this, especially this area. And then if I want to add like something significant here, it'll be dry to the touch and a lot easier to add some more ideas. I see. Oh, hi pumpkin. Is it time? Mom? Wow. That's the alarm. Wow. Hi pumpkin, babning. Wow, babning. Babning. Just trying to do something. Well, you have to wait a second, please. You have to wait a second, please. All right, toodles.